This brand new PC build just came to the shop because when you go to turn it on, the system fires up, but you get absolutely no display out. And if you're wondering why, well, this is a perfect example of a system failing to post. Otherwise known as the power on self-test that your computer runs on every single startup, which is basically like a little built-in diagnostic that your motherboard runs to go ahead and ensure compatibility as well as the functionality of all your hardware, checking things like your CPU, RAM, GPU, as well as storage devices to make sure none of them are faulty. But if one of them happens to be faulty or there's some kind of configuration issue, well, you get no display out, otherwise known as that failure to post. The good thing is, figuring out these issues is pretty easy these days, thanks to diagnostic LEDs like this one in the top right of the motherboard, which if we look closely, says that we're stuck on the VGA LED. See, when you first turn the system on, it'll actually cycle through these LEDs during that post process. And if one of them happens to get hung up, like in the case of this VGA LED, that's a clear indication of what's causing your system to not post. So in this case, we got an issue with this GPU. And I'm pretty certain that this isn't a faulty GPU, rather just a power issue. Because if we look closely on the backplate of this GPU, we'll see this red LED, which is something a lot of GPU manufacturers have been adding lately. It's basically like a warning light to let you know that you're getting insufficient power over your 12+4 pin connector, which can sometimes happen if you're using the adapter cable, but this one's not using that, or if it's not securely plugged in, but this one looks pretty good. So if we're clear on this side, let's check the power supply side. By pulling off this back panel and by deciphering through this cable mess, we can look for our 12+4 pin connector, which is this one right here, and I think I found the problem. If we look closely, there shouldn't be a gap between the connector and the power supply itself. Yeah, that is definitely not seated right. So let's just give it a little push. This way it locks all the way in with no gap this time between the connector and power supply itself. And now if we turn the system back on, instead of getting that red LED on the GPU, we now have a green one, meaning we have secure power. And this time, instead of getting stuck on that VGA LED up top, we go right past it this time and straight into the BIOS. That was definitely a simple fix, but it's a good thing we caught it, because insecure connections like that with 600 watts of power is how those 12-volt high power connectors used to melt.